Hey guys, Thatnub here, and today we have been invited to go to a subscriber's house and see their farm. So baby girl and I hopped in the Miata and we are almost there.
Hey, come here, I'll get you strawberries. Come on.
I got one.
Come on.
A big one.
These are called seed cakes. They're a barrel.
Daddy,
There's lots of strawberries.
Look at all of these ones, baby girl.
They're just coming ripe again. They go in cycles, but they go all the way through September, these seascapes here.
Oh, that one is big. Here, go get, ooh, look at those.
They're all over. Lots. I should have brought my basket.
Well, we'll pick some and take some home.
Just look at all of these strawberries here. And the dog's just getting into it. You living on them strawberries?
This is in perfect soil here. I'll show you. See the soil here?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's... You go around. There's a bowl, though. I wonder if the bowls are...
That's why I keep sinking in it.
There's 2 foot or 3 foot of compost here.
Wow.
You can see that's the elevation. I mean, it's
Oh yeah, that is a big difference.
in a couple years this will be better because sawdust has a high carbon ratio
Right.
and so it takes about 2 years and all of a sudden everything just kicks in, and I mean things go to town. Bins, I get 5 yards at a time and I get 3 loads a week, and it's just steady like
Wow.
that. 3 to 4, actually in the wintertime 4 loads. I'm getting 20 yards. I'm getting around 100 yards a month, and I've been doing it for 3 years.
Really? Yeah, that's a lot.
But it works down.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
But I mean, it's improved this ground tremendously. I had pretty good ground, but this just made it. I mean, stuff.
So I've always had bad ground. And I put the wood chips down, and the first year really nothing dramatic, and this year is kind of getting better.
But you know, the type of wood chip you get makes a big. If you can get stuff with a lot of needles and small limbs, they can be in layers where all the key is to get the nutrients out. If you get bigger than 6-inch chips, you're not getting a whole lot, and you're getting mostly carbon. Not. I mean, it just doesn't do it. It does it in the long run, but
right. At first, it's just not, and that's where I'm.
You need to put down, if you're going to use start your garden, you need to put some like chicken manure or something like that down. That's a roar. That's a late variety. That's a good plant for around here. And I have also Olympia, which was developed around here, and it's a good one too.
Yeah, I really want to start doing blueberries soon.
So what you got to do, there's like the Dukes. Dukes are a good one, and that's an early one. What you want to do is have early, mid-season, and late. You want all the different, so you can pick blueberries from the end of June all the way. See, that one died. A little bit too much fertilizer, but you got to use a lot of nitrogen. See this red? That's not enough nitrogen, but being in this sawdust, it really, once this start breaking down enough, it'll do better. But
What do we have over here?
that's a volunteer squash.
This is all squash.
It's a squash. I don't know what kind. It just started growing. There's cantaloupe out in there too, growing. I don't know what. Perennial onions right there. That's one of the things. They're Egyptian walking onions. You ever see those? I'll give you some starts.
Oh yeah. Look at all these tomato plants, baby girl.
Yeah.
Look how big they are.
Whoa.
You want a sweet? We got sweet tomatoes here. Let's try some sweet tomatoes. And then
The dogs came in.
There's difference.
And they jumped there.
Try one of those. Have your dad here. Give some to you. I want to try some. That's a sweet tomato. I've been raising that same variety.
That is good.
I got some black tomatoes. They're better.
Well, it is kind of sweet too.
Now these are black tomatoes. They have a lot of flavor. but they're not sweet. Here, try one of these. Go ahead. They're real flavorful if you like a tomato. You don't like tomatoes?
She does.
I got some brand wines here. I'll cut you some brand wines.
Cool.
The pink ones have the reds and pink. I gotta get something to cut.
And
them
what's this?
with. That's a lemon cucumber. Go on to see. They're overripe. We didn't use them. Let's see if we get the runners.
So you just planted these in this little 55-gallon drum,
But
cut
the
up,
soil
and
was
then
all the way
just
to top here, and the worms had.
Oh, eat it down.
It wasn't good enough. Just like this, these. Next year the soil will be better. I'll fill it back. This was right to the top,
Wow.
and the worms had ate it down. But see, it wasn't mature. The soil wasn't really good enough. But they grew okay.
Yeah.
I got to put an automatic watering system in.
This is what, garlic?
Yeah, elephant and there's different other kinds too.
Wow.
I got like 10 gallons of garlic.
Baby girl.
That's a hardy kiwi.
This is a kiwi plant like what we bought at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
But we can't grow because Daddy doesn't want to build something to hold it.
It needs quite a support.
Yeah, that's what I
Another
heard.
thing, I think I'm gonna get some starts off of this and move it and get an edge effect over next to the trees, because I know it got frosted this spring. It budded out early, and we had a late frost and it nailed it. Here, you can find them. How you pick them? You
I
look for
already
the-
know we have these.
We have raspberries.
These are tumanines. This is a good variety. Really tastes good.
Oh yeah, those are sweet.
Berries. They're about done.
See, all of our raspberries are gone.
Are they?
Very.
Well, we
I
ate a
got
bunch
some
of
more.
them.
This variety.
And we have the new ones coming up already for
Okay.
next year, but we
Right.
have, yeah, we ate them all.
We'll go out to the other row.
Look.
Go out to the other row and we'll go
Look.
pick out there. Yeah, the dog eats them too.
We even picked some.
Yeah. When he's a little puppy, he, come here, you can pick some of these. See these right here? Just watch these rakes and you can pick them. See those? I just planted these this winter. And that's just
Kale?
volunteer kale. Just like that stuff there. There's volunteer Swiss chard too. This is Swiss chard just going to seed. That's some more Russian kale. It just grows on itself. Most of my lettuce, I don't plant it, but it grows. And then
Right.
I replant it in a row to make it neat looking. These are Cherokee beans from the Tierra Trails. It's a variety. It's a pole bean.
That's cool. Delicata squash?
I'd say it's a good keeper. It will last till about April.
Oh, really?
In the house. You can't keep it in the cold. Squash like at about 60. But it's a good keeper, and it's a small squash, but it's I'd say it's one of the best eaten squashes there is. It's like a sweet potato but better. I mean,
Really?
Everybody comments about how good it is, and it grows well here. I graze sweetmeats too, but there's so much in a sweetmeat when you cook it that you got to eat it and eat it and eat it. With a delicata, you get a meal out of one little one, and
Right.
so it's just, some people like to feed a whole bunch of people, but I get a truckload of delicata here. And I got another one.
Wow.
I got some more over here. And I got a pumpkin. You see that right there? That's
Right.
pumpkins.
That's
Three
pumpkins?
plants. 3 plants of pumpkins there. You can see the pumpkins. There's going to be so many pumpkins.
Look at there.
You'll have to
Oh,
you'll have to come
watch
down
it.
here
Baby girl,
and
look.
pick you-
Oh.
Pumpkins.
Is
He's
that
got a big one
watermelon?
over here.
It's incredibly how fast these
Oh, I
things
found
grow.
one.
See that
Look how
one?
big this one is, baby.
Look how big
Well,
this
there's
one
another
is.
one back here. I just noticed.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell. It's
I
so
see.
back, but you see the green one way back in there, right
Ooh.
there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
a big
see.
one.
Whoops.
You wanna get a
Back in
picture?
there, that dark green one.
There's probably
thing
more
is
in there.
huge.
You just can't get close enough. See, there used to be a walkway here, but
That was a long time
There's
ago.
a volunteer potato, but it kind of just got in its way. Swedish potatoes that came from Sweden, 300 miles from the Arctic Circle.
Wow.
And
they grow well here?
well, he's
mean,
been
apparently.
growing them for quite a while, and he says for fried potatoes, they're a yellow little fingerling. He says they're the best eating potato there
Really?
is in the world. He said, really tasty. This pole is the Cherokees. The other ones are been growing for 20 years in the Delphi. They're a lima bean, a pole lima bean.
And this is corn.
Open pollinated corn that I saved the seed from myself. It was from Adaptive Seed Company, and originally it was supposed to be a super sweet open pollinated, one of the only ones around that you can get super sweet open pollinated, and it was actually pretty tasty. My wife says, well, there's other ones and more, but this you can save your seed. I saved my seed, and it's adapted. It grows in the cool weather. You notice it's tasseled out already.
Right.
It grows pretty, you know, and the soil isn't the greatest there. But also that other corn back there, well, when we get back there, that's a field corn. I make my own cornmeal.
Oh yeah, you were saying that.
But it gets 10 foot tall. You can see it gets tall. But there was another variety that this is shorter because it was planted a lot later. But, and I have weeds and stuff, but that's just part of life. I just leave them. They're good for, they don't disturb.
Pick them and give them to the chickens.
Yeah. And the peas are done, but there might be some peas. You like garden peas? There might be a few, but most of them, I mean, it was incredible how many peas I had. They were clear up and then they fell over and there was so much weight. 5-gallon buckets and 5-gallon buckets of peas. I mean, but what I did, should have staggered them in 20-foot rows. There's 60 some feet here. And just staggered them so they're planting, and planted them earlier too.
Yeah.
It used to be neat, but everything just grows. It turns into jungle.
Isn't that a great problem to have? No, what's this?
That's just raspberries. They're the everbearer. They're kind of like,
Ooh, daisies.
they're called, what are they called? They're fall golds is what they're called.
Why are they kind of all going out?
Because there's no stakes. They need wires. That there is olive autumn right down there. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's
Nope.
an action fixer too.
What's olive autumn?
It's a part of the, it's a little berry that you eat. But it's a nitrogen fixer.
Now what?
In some areas it's invasive. They don't like it. But it hasn't been ever invasive here. There's Jerusalem artichokes right there. I don't know if you've ever seen Jerusalem artichokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Jerusalem artichokes. There's a whole pile there, and they're growing everywhere. They're kind of invasive in a way,
Yeah, that's what I heard about them.
but they're good pig food. This is lamb's quarters, but it's an edible type. See the red?
Right.
It's a variety of lamb's quarters. It's like Indian spinach. This is 7 rows of dried beans. They're an Irish crick. Irish. They do well here. Good dried bean, very flavorful.
Irish beans.
Irish crick. I'll have to get the actual name. We've been growing them for a long time. Really good bean. This here is buckwheat. I don't know if you ever hear a cover crop, but this is buckwheat. Good cover crop.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of Carol Dent before, but she has a Cascade Golden Ruby. I grew that because it's more adapted to our climate, and it grew better. It actually did grow better than this, but my family likes this better eating. But I took some other stuff to Paul up there because his climate's a little cooler than
Yeah.
he has more sun and less rain, but he has a cooler climate, and I figured that would be better. And he was looking for some corn. I don't know if he was growing it or not, but there's like 8 or 9 different field corn varieties in this. So I seen the genetic differences, so I picked what I liked.
Yep.
And so now I'm selecting, and I can keep doing that, and I'll get, but I mean, it's getting adapted to our climate, big time. it's too thick. I should have thinned it. I have a tendency to over let things just do their thing and
do what they're gonna do.
Do what they're gonna do. There, that's all.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I never touched it, never fertilized it, nothing. It's just really,
wow.
That's probably a better specimen of the palm leaf.
Oh yeah.
Dino kale. That's pretty. These are good specimens there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is more. See that collard greens. You get diversity. And you can pick what you want.
Yeah.
This is that Indian spinach I got from Carol Dent. I'm letting it go to seed so I can keep it. But there's beets there and tomatoes. Well, there are some tomatoes almost ripe. Yeah.
But the artichoke is just down under the ground, right? Like a potato?
Yeah, but it's not really artichoke. It's more of a, what is, the real name for it is sunchoke. It's part of the sunflower family. It has a flower like, it's native to North America. The Indians used to use them. And next fall I'll put more mulch down. I wait to fall because the water don't get down into the ground.
Yeah.
Fall time's the best time. But see all them sunflowers? I never planted a sunflower here. The birds.
Just drop the seeds over and...
Yeah, I knocked those down because they're shading the tree. They're fantastic. See the bees? They're working.
Yeah.
They don't just work on this part. They work, I've seen them working the petals. They're getting the pollen off of those too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. See, I've seen them in the morning doing that. I didn't realize all the stuff they do.
Now, when do sunflowers go to where I see them at the Safeway? Sunflower seeds. How long does it take for that to happen?
Well, this one here, this blooming, they're setting seed right now, but it'll be later in the fall, like that one there. They're going to head.
Yeah.
But the seeds are small on these type of flowers. That's probably a bigger one that has bigger seeds, but the birds, they're not the huge seed that you get in the store. They're a smaller type seed, all these, but the birds love them, so. And I never fertilized them at all. I never did nothing. They just grew.
They just kind of grew here. You'll just let it be, and then next year it'll keep growing back from there, or do you chop them down and then?
Oh, I'll chop them down, but I'll wait till the birds get what they want out of them. It's good bird food. Oh, that one there is incredibly tall. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I never did anything with that one.
it's huge.
See, they're starting to dry right here. These. I'm a lot earlier than most. They come up when they want to come up,
Yep.
and you get maximum. I mean, you get early stuff that way. This here is coneflower, where echinacea, the root comes from.
Oh really?
Yeah. And the bees get a lot out of it, but it grows real well here. You take the root and make echinacea.
How do you do that?
I think I'll have to look. I think you grind it. You draw and grind it. A lot of people don't get big roots, but I'm sure there's some big roots there. It's great for the. It's a unique flower, is the thing with this. See, these flowers are starting right there, and then they turn into this. It's really weird, and this is the seed pod right here. We're starting more of them. That's not. There's varieties that you see in the store that are the kind that different colors.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want those. You want the old basic. This is what I'll give you some seed.
Definitely. That would be cool.
That's how I started all these. Was from seed from in back. They had a plant back there, and I planted all this. With
Wow.
seed.
It gets pretty tall too.
This is a poppy of some sort. It just grew on its own. It's a beautiful flower on it, but the seeds come out of this pod. In the old days, people used to grow the regular poppy for making.
Oh yeah.
Because they needed painkillers. I mean, when they did stuff, they needed. You can get those seeds. I'll have to grow. This grape.
Oh, grapes. That's what I want to grow.
You gotta get the right variety. I got some varieties up there I'm looking at. Interlake is probably one of the seedless grapes. But also have an early Campbell. It's a seed grape. Seed grapes are supposed to be a lot better for you.
Yeah.
But I got some seedless for my wife. Likes seedless, but he can. These things. They like that mulch.
Yeah.
They like that mulch. and it's deep in here. This is the best this looked. Now those things are they're big enough that they're gonna ripen.